Thank you, Atif. It's a real pleasure to have you with our partner meeting here, .Connect 21. And who would be a better person to talk about connectivity and especially connectivity to the cloud than yourself, being a crucial person in developing Viptela technology and building the company, as well now the Alkira with all the multi-cloud security services you're providing. But before we go there, and if you just have a quick look at our first slide, Atif, I think we have heard so much about what's going on in the market, right? What are the customer requirements? And we have, of course, heard from Dietmar, from Ward, and from Louis the importance of security, but in a little bit broader sense. What is your understanding? What is really driving the customer decisions? And with your experience back to the SD-WAN environment with Viptela, as well as with the cloud, multi-cloud connectivity, so I would be very much interested in understanding what is, on your view, really driving
it. First of all, Marcus, thank you for having me here on this partner summit. Really excited to be here. It's a great question. So as we know that what we see is that cloud adoption is at the center of digital transformation. So a platform that basically provides not only cloud access, or a platform that only provides cloud access these days is not enough to meet the cloud networking requirements. They need like cloud access with capabilities with to build networks inside the cloud with networking and security services that scale horizontally and on demand to meet customers' ongoing scaling needs. So as far as the security is concerned, it's right at the center of all of it. So nowadays, if you look at it, most of the traffic is now destined for the cloud. Either it's going to public clouds or it's going to SaaS applications from sites. And it used to be the case that most of the traffic used to be between sites. So now it's obviously site to site is going to be a requirement since it's going to be hybrid environments for a long time to come. But majority of the traffic is now leaving the four walls of the networks that we that used to, or the networks that we all were familiar with, the way they used to exist. So now it's you have to secure all of that, and also with the new environment where so many people are working remotely. So now it's not that all traffic is coming from the sites which are defined. It's people who are sitting all across the globe. So you have to secure all that perimeter as well. So having all those ways to secure all of it in a centralized fashion, especially as you embark on this cloud journey, securing all the traffic between clouds, cloud to internet, on-prem to the cloud, it becomes more and more important.
Absolutely. No, I'm absolutely with you. And I believe it is the topic of security, but it's also reaching out to the cloud. The connectivity piece to it, I think, is equally important. And as we already have heard from the previous speakers, the complexity coming with all of it is a very important topic to be handled, to be mastered, I would say. Therefore, the notion of connectivity as a service, including cloud connectivity and security, is very crucial. That is what Jenna has invested a lot of time in thinking, developing, and implementation into. My understanding is that this is also very much in the center of what is in your mind, how you are driving it. There's a clear focus on the cloud connectivity, multi-cloud connectivity, right? So as we already also providing from our platform some cloud connectivity services, I think you're very much concentrating on that very complex multi-cloud environments. Can you just share your view on that, I would say, connectivity platform approach you're taking at Alkira?
Absolutely. So I'll just give you first a quick overview of like Alkira's platform, just in a couple of sentences. So what we have done is we have built a platform that allows enterprises to build a common network infrastructure across clouds with built-in security and network services. And just like ngena, here we are delivering it all as a service. So it's delivered as a service as well as consumed as a service. And our visions are very much aligned because we have built a platform, network infrastructure as a service platform. ngena is also as a service consumption model. So you're doing SD-WAN as a service. And now with integration between Alkira and ngena's platforms, what we see is that customers can not only network and secure all sites with automation, as you show on this slide, automation and intelligence, but also connect to multiple clouds in multiple regions across the globe. So now, if you see that many of these enterprises, when they adopt cloud, sometimes, and in many cases, it's not just one cloud. There are different clouds they're adopting. In many cases, it's not just one region they're adopting cloud in. Their cloud network needs to span multiple regions. And now each, as you touched upon the topic of complexity, we know that each cloud has its own networking construct. It's done differently. And I was watching one of the presentations earlier also. Skill set is a problem for enterprises these days because it's hard enough for enterprises to find people with skills in one cloud, let alone skills in multiple clouds. So here, what we have done as a service with all the automation capabilities that we have included in this platform to have one common way of doing networking between all of these clouds. So regardless of where you are connecting to, which cloud you're connecting to, which services you want to bring in, there's one way of doing cloud networking. And again, integrating with SD-WAN as a service from ngena, that makes it a true end-to-end solution for enterprises now.
Yeah, Atif, that is exactly what has excited me from the first minute onwards as we started our partnership discussions. Right. That I would say our philosophies, how you need to think about simplification, how you need to think about end-to-end integration, how you need to think with regards to the delivery model as a service. Now also sharing the vision how an SD-WAN as a service, including security or inbuilt security services with a SASE framework needs to work, but have a full understanding how important the multi-cloud access is. And in combining these two platforms in a very much integrated end-to-end perspective, I think is an amazing opportunity for our partners to serve their customers in the best way. And if we may look to the next page, I think also the more architectural picture which is shown here, which simply describes that the ngena platform itself works as already explained, for example, by Dietmar, on 19 points of presence, as we call it, or ngena hubs, where we run our platform that we connect, as Carlo described, with all the t-shirt sizes in a very simple way to all the different locations around the world. And then, as I had the pleasure to show you together with Arnav, how we really implemented an end-to-end life cycle management from order to the enrichment, to the fulfillment and the assurance, I think is exactly how the ngena platform works. And my understanding, Atif, is that your platform, with a clear focus on delivering the multi-cloud services, is built to very similar paradigms and even the architecture at a high level, of course, with a different purpose, but in essence, doesn't look too different, right?
Absolutely. It's built with the same design principles, Marcus. In fact, here, if you look at Alkira's Cloud Services Exchange, and we call this Cloud Services Exchange, it comprises of these so-called Cloud Exchange points, which you can think of as like regional hubs also. That's where, in fact, these regional hubs or cloud exchange points sit inside of the cloud, different public clouds. And it provides a platform which allows customers to instantiate network services, security services on demand. They scale horizontally to meet the scaling needs of the customers. This platform allows connectivity to multiple clouds from there. So you can connect to any cloud. Let's say you're connecting to AWS or Google Cloud or Oracle OCI or Ali Cloud. So it's one way of connecting to all those clouds. So now if you look at this diagram, it brings everything together very well in a very seamless manner, where you have SD-WAN as a service from ngena, and now you have the multi-cloud networking side from Alkira, and they seamlessly integrate at these regional hubs, which are globally present.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, Atif, I think we could talk much longer about it, but unfortunately, we're running a little bit out of time. So I think we somehow need to conclude. And if you look at the last page, I think what is important is just to sum it up, right? And to again mention what really makes me excited. I hope you excited as well about what we're doing here together. It is really connecting all the different customer sites or even the roaming workforce in a single consistent way amongst each other and to the clouds. It also comprises latest and best of breed architectures around SD-WAN, SASE, and multi-cloud connectivity. And I think which is also very important, it is not that we really give all that, I would say, not just the capabilities, but also the visibility, the transparency, the governance to our partners to manage all of that, right? And we do this with a very similar philosophy, so that I would conclude ngena and Alkira together really provide, I would say, a unique value proposition in the space of the connectivity as a service from an end-to-end perspective. But I'm happy to hear what is your view about it, Atif.
No, definitely, and this brings a true end-to-end as a service platform. Now, as you know, that cloud is or cloud adoption is at the heart of digital transformation. So having this platform which provides complete end-to-end visibility, you have policy management which is also end-to-end. Governance, as you mentioned, Marcus, as one of the key capabilities going forward, because nowadays you have seen that cloud adoption can be very haphazard also. There are different ways to access cloud from the IT's perspective. So having some governance controls, policy management, visibility end to end is very, very important for these enterprises going forward. And as you said, our design philosophies or the fundamentals are very similar. Our vision is very similar, where we provide all these capabilities to the customers, but at the same time, we make it very simple for the customers to adopt, and we abstract all the complexities of underlying capabilities of these clouds and also as a service consumption model, I believe is as we are seeing, is the way to go.
Many thanks, Atif, for joining our partner summit .connect 21, and I'm really looking forward to have a lot of further discussion, joint developments around what connectivity as a service really means for us, but I think for the whole ecosystem, which is very much about ubiquitous networking. It's a cybersecurity services, and of course, it's a multi-cloud access. Thanks a lot, and seeing you soon again, Atif.
Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you for having me on here.